How many of you understand Spanish? And how many of you understand English? Okay, we will keep this in English. Can you hear me properly? Very good. So today, I'm gonna share with you my personal experience as expat. For your information, I work in an international company and I volunteer for Internations. Internations is the biggest expat network worldwide. We have presence in more than 420 cities and we speak all languages. In Barcelona, we have a community of 30,000 members. We are a huge community, and we are not only expats. We can find also locals that have been abroad, having an expat experience, and once they are back in town with a different mindset, they find Internations a good way to connect with people with a similar mindset. And today I'm going to explain you my history. My first memory about Barcelona, it's more than 25 years old. Yeah, I'm over 40 years old, and my first memory was the Olympic Games in 1992. I'm from Mexico. I was at home with my family watching the opening ceremony. As I can see you, raise your hand if you remember that opening ceremony. I think all of you are maybe younger than 30 years old. No worries. That opening ceremony was simply amazing. The combination of special effects and this guy, it still provokes me goosebumps because they say we will use an archer to light the Olympic cauldron. So can you imagine all eyes in the world watching this guy with his bow in order to light up the Olympic cauldron? I hold my breath like 6 seconds, maybe the longest seconds in my entire life. This guy prepared his bow, he launched the firing arrow, and everything was good. Everything was great, and I can say something changed in me that moment because I was 10,000 miles away from Barcelona, and I say, I would like to see that live. I was only 12 years old, and I said, someday, I will do that. Of course, I was just a boy. Then, as you can see in the map, from Mexico, my first trip abroad was to Canada. 4 hours trip. Maybe not much for current standards, but let's think about this happened more than 20 years ago. It was a huge and long distance. This trip happens when I was 18. So can you imagine what I was doing when I was 18? I was studying. I was just new in the university. I took my backpack and I have some money. I said, okay, it's time to see world. Try new things. So I did. And it was a wide-opening experience, an eye-opening experience. Why? Because you try new food, you have the opportunity to try new tastes. But not only that, you see different places. I remember to see myself like a small ant when I was in front of the Niagara Falls. It's simply amazing because you feel that you are nothing when you see this famous nature thing. But not only that, of course, we visit so many places, including, of course, the Montreal Olympic Stadium. I was 18 years old and I said, I like this. Once I finish my degree, I will become a Canadian citizen. Why not? When I came back to Mexico, I got this different mindset. This had some consequences in my personal life. I had a girlfriend. As soon as I told her, sweetheart, we are moving to Canada as soon as we finish our studies. You can see that in the eyes saying, not me. So sometimes you have to take decisions, and in this case, because of that mindset, that was the beginning of the end of that history with that girl. But I have that dream. I had to pursue that dream, and I have a clear goal. I want to go to Canada, right? I was a student, and I had to finish my studies. And it was amazing, because I was only 18 years old, and I had something clear. Of course, to go to Canada, I have to finish my studies, so I got my bachelor degree. Good. But I had no money. So, okay, first thing, I have studies. I have a goal, but I need some resources to go there. So it was time to get a job. Lucky me, I find different options. And one of the options I have was to join an American company. An American company that is known as the very first company that provided data services and computer services for pharmaceutical companies. And at the same time, I applied for my master's degree. Because now having a bachelor degree is good, but having a master's degree is even better. By joining to this company, it's called Dendrite. It doesn't longer exist anymore. It disappeared, was acquired by a bigger company. But I joined Dendrite. Dendrite was a young company at that time, and they offered the opportunity to my manager to go to Brazil. Why to Brazil? Because they acquired another company, and they were able to, they have to do some change management things. And my manager say, I don't want to go to Brazil. I have my girlfriend, I have my friends, I have my perfect life in Brazil. I don't want to go to Brazil. Then the next best option, or maybe the only option, was me. They told me, Paul, would you like to go to Brazil? I say, yes, of course. It was a kind of instant reaction and instant decision. So I went to Brazil, a country where I didn't know anyone, a country where I was not fluent in the language because they speak Portuguese, and a huge country that is really, really far, far, far away from Mexico. It was almost 10 hours flight from Mexico to Sao Paulo. Then it was a next experience because I found new things to try, like in Canada, new flavors to taste, new customs I saw. I found a very nice group of people, the Brazilians. Brazilians are really cool, really nice, really relaxed. They are really chill out. And I thought about staying in Brazil. Why not? Brazil. But this trip that was originally planned for only a couple of weeks, it became a couple of months. So it was really good. I even think about becoming a Brazilian employee. But at the end of the day, I say, no, you know what? Let's go back to Mexico. So I flew back to Mexico. And I was, in this case, I was only 21. When I got back to Mexico, I got two news. Good news and bad news. Good news. I was accepted for the master's degree. This master's degree was taking place in Madrid. But also on the other side, bad news. My mom got breast cancer. So when you are that young and you think you have all the time in the world, you need to keep taking decisions. So I did, even from talking with my mom and saying about delaying this trip. You know, you can always study a master's degree. There is no rush to do that. The only message she told me and she shared with me was, you need to go. You need to fly. You need to leave the nest and try new things. And so I did. So even if we have to go through many hospitals, many doctors, many treatments, cancer took her away in a little bit more than 2 years. Even if we have plenty of conversations about plans to invite her to Europe, to see all these places that he only have seen in magazines, in Ola, in Vogue, and all these things with very nice pictures. She asked me to go, and what can I do? I just did it. It was a tough decision. Maybe the only one I might regret, because you can always delay some things. Like master degree, I'm pretty sure that I could wait 1-2 years more, but I didn't. So I came to Spain. Yay! Madrid. Wow, Real Madrid. Tapas. Tortilla de patata. Spanish omelette, salchicha. It was great. And it was also an opportunity for me to start from scratch. I can decide what to do, where to live, where to work, because when I came to Spain, I have no work, just my savings and lots of illusions to come to Spain, to come to Europe. It was a nice experience because in 2004, the year I came, in 1 month time, I was able to manage all paperwork to get a job. I only have my student visa because I was in my master's degree. And so happy me, I got a job in a Swedish company. I enjoyed that job as crazy. I had a lot of freedom. And after a few months, I got a call from Dendrite, the American company I was working for in Mexico. They told me, we want you back. And I say, no way. No way, because when I asked you for this opportunity, you told me no. So I have to think about other things I did, and I was enjoying my time in a new job. But you know what? Sometimes you get offers that you cannot reject. In this case, Dendrite told me, come with us. We will increase your current salary. But it's not always about the money. What made me change back to Dendrite was the fact that they will help me to get all this permit, this residence permit. So I was able to live here with no issues linked to my current studies. So because of that, I have to give up, and I went back to Dendrite. And because of Dendrite, who was a young company, I was able to travel all over Europe. I got a European position. I met plenty of colleagues from all over Europe. And I remember when you meet people, like the English people, the German people, all of them, you say, wow, they are just like me. They're just people who want to do their job the best way they do. And I was quite lucky and confident because I was enjoying my work in Dendrite. Unfortunately, this work permit requires time. And in Spain, these kind of processes take longer than I wish, even today. I had my European position working for the Madrid office, and they asked me to leave Spain, because to do this process, I have to leave Spain. A big decision. Fortunately, being European, in an European position, gave me some visibility. Lucky me, I have to fly. I had 3 different options. Lovely Italy, the town of pizza, the land of pizza. Lovely Portugal, not far from Spain. And England. My manager suggested me to go to England, so I did. So I spent in England almost 3 long years. When you miss the light of Spain, the warmth of the Spanish people, and the food. Mostly the food. Have any of you been in England? Do you like the food? Ah, thank you. Fortunately, when I got this letter with the big news about I was able to go back to Spain, I didn't think about it. I just said goodbye, took all my stuff, and I have to decide where to go in Spain. I knew Madrid. Okay, let's stay safe. Why to risk ourselves? Why to try new things? I went back to Madrid. And in Madrid, what happens? Boy meets girl, so I got in a relationship, in a nice relationship with a nice Spanish girl. That is not you. It's another Spanish girl. We were in Madrid. I was still in my European position, traveling when required across Europe or even to America, to the US. And we have a very nice time. And once I remember being on holidays with my girlfriend. We were climbing a mountain. She got a call. This call was from a big European company named Novartis. Maybe you know, if you don't know, Novartis is one of the top 5 pharmaceutical companies worldwide. Making long history short, she told me, we should give it a try to Barcelona. And you know, like human beings, we are afraid to change. We don't like change. We fear change because it gets us out of our control zone. And you know, I was very comfortable in Madrid. Lots of friends, lots of fiesta with a girlfriend. It was just perfect. Why to change? So I'm here. We flew to Barcelona. It was not easy at all because we have to find a new house. We have to find new friends. And after less than a year being in Barcelona, she went back to Madrid. So the reason that brings me to Barcelona is back to Madrid, my second favorite city in Spain. And I remain here. I remain in Barcelona. And you know what? It was a tough experience because if you compare people from Madrid with people in Barcelona, both of them are really nice, very opening and welcoming. The only thing is that because, as you might see, I don't look European and I don't speak Catalan, so I have to start learning Catalan really fast because some of my colleagues were only encouraging me to learn Catalan. I live here. And now if they know that the only Catalan word I know is Visca el Barça or poc a poc, they will feel ashamed on me. But thanks God, every time I have to take a decision, I did. Not taking a decision is also a decision. But if you do that, it's very likely that you make a mistake. So from time to time, it's good to try new things. And because of that experience in Brazil, that experience in England, it's quite challenging for expats to find a friendly environment when we just move on. When we arrive to a new city with lots of illusions in your luggage. Sometimes with no job or no money. Lucky me, I got a job. Lucky me, I got a position that allowed me to have options to move across Europe. And fortunately, I found a colleague who told me, you should try Internations. Internations is a portal that was created for these people, for expats that are moving to a different city and they know nothing. Not the language, not the paperwork, not the city, not friends. When I joined this event, it was an in-person event. Remember those times when we used to get together? I got invited to this event. I think we have someone playing the piano. And lots of people that had a similar mindset. People from all over the world. Maybe that event included people from only maybe around 30 different countries. And I liked that much, that event, that I went to the next event and the next event. Because my purpose was to make new friends, make new connections. Again, lucky me, the organizer told me, I see you speak with everybody. Why don't you help me? And I say, why not? This happened 8 years ago. And since then, we host events in Barcelona where we welcome not only expats, but also locals. And we try to make their time in Barcelona easier, because when you are an expat and you face all these challenges by yourself, it's tough. With that being said, if you know someone which is expat or you want to try the expat experience, encourage them to do that. And if they need any help, give it a try to internations, because in internations you may find people that have faced this similar experience that is not always easy. And with that being said, before leaving the room, I just wanted to share my experience, and I thank you for that. Don't forget to complete this. This is quite helpful for the event organizations. And I give you back 5 minutes. Thank you very much all for your attention and support.